All right, real quick. Nothing has changed. I don't have my laptop back, but I don't want that to continue to be the main storyline of these videos. I'm going to try and at least go back to normal and, tread water until I can eventually either get a new laptop or get my old one back. So, pretend as if this is a normal video. You remember when I did the Penguins iceberg video? This is my sister's laptop again. This is not a touchscreen like mine. Remember I did that iceberg video? The deeper it gets, the more crazy the theories get and things like that. Yeah, I'm going to do another one about the depth on the Pittsburgh Penguins right now. And there's only going to be one level because there's no depth on this team. If you were to look at the line combinations for tonight, which we'll get to, that's the story of the game. Sidney Crosby, Jake Guentzel, Brian Rust, Kasperi Kapanen. That's it. Those are the only NHL forwards that are on the Penguins, forward lineup. I'm not going to get to the defense, but the Penguins lost this one tonight to the New Jersey Devils 3-2. Brian Rust scored with 4 seconds left. It was essentially 3-0 for the majority of the game. And they lost. They lost to a bad team. And, you need these points, especially with what the Islanders are doing now. Philly lost 9-0, though. That was pretty funny. Made me feel a little bit better. But yeah, let's get into this one. Again, I don't have my editing software on my computer and things like that. I'm working on that. So this is going to be a little bit of a different video. You have to use your imaginations with this one. So let's pretend that we're going to put the intro right here. And this is how I'm going to do the intro now. You guys remember the intro, right? This is what I'm resorting to. No, yeah. Anyways, let's go to the lines. And in a normal video, I would edit this out. Lines for tonight, and in a normal video, I have my whiteboard. So again, if you look at the line combinations for the Penguins tonight, they're not good. Evan Rodrigues is not even a center. He's not a second line center. We're resorting to, Frederick Gaudreau got in the lineup tonight. It's pretty upsetting. But when you look at who's injured, and I know Malkin's a big piece to this team. He's Evgeny Malkin. But when you look at who's injured, give me a second here while I put this back. McCann, Zucker. That's it on the forward outside of Malkin. That's 3 injuries. Why do we have, in my opinion, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 borderline AHL players on the roster? Why? Because we can't draft. That's the main thing that I kept thinking about in this game, and my PFR question for the night is, wherever it is, I was also on, I don't know if any of you listen to the radio, I was on the Penguins Live thing or whatever, tweet the old 2-9er or whatever it was, and I straight up asked Phil Bourque, I'm like, hey, is this, what the Penguins drafting is resulting to? Because, we don't have depth. Anthony Angello, as much as he can hit, is not a good player, or not an NHL player. And, free agency signing Jankowski, free agency signing, random trade throw-in. That's what is patched together with the Penguins right now. And when you look at who's injured, you have one pretty significant injury with Zucker. He's out for a long period of time. Malkin's day-to-day, McCann's day-to-day. That's it. Am I forgetting anyone? No. Oh, Blueger. Teddy Blueger is out as well. But still, you're going to have injuries. I don't know. This is the part where I would usually cut. So what I did for tonight's game, and, if we're being completely honest for this game, if I were to attend this game, I wouldn't have been happy because if you look at the New Jersey Devils, are not a good team. They're going through a rebuild, things like that. We've said it multiple times before. When Travis Zajac is the second best center in a hockey game, those are the games I don't necessarily want to go to. So my little exercise for the night is I combined the forward groups for the Devils and the Penguins because they were both weak. They're both very weak right now. One, because, they're going through a rebuild. One, because we can't draft or we can't trade to get good depth players. There's no Chris Kunitz on this team. There's no Carl Hagelin on this team anymore. There's no Matt Cullen on this team anymore. And, we're resorting to Frederick Gaudreau. And I wish it was Johnny. So my little lines, my makeshift lines here. Guentzel, Crosby, Rust. Remember Andreas Janssen? I forgot he went to the Devils. Travis Zajac, Kapanen. Tanev, Hughes, Palmieri, Aston, Reese, Bratt, and Gusev. Again, just something I threw together while I was watching the game. But my question to you guys on that is that even a good team? And that just goes to show how weak the forward lines for both teams were tonight. And what this game came down to was that the Devils wanted to win more, and the Penguins let them get it too. So this was the first game against the Devils all year, and been in over a whole year since the last time the Penguins have played the Devils. We play them 3 straight games. This being the first game. It's another baseball-like schedule due to their COVID outbreak. Brandon Tanev did not get a hearing for that hit he had on Tenorti the other night in Boston, which is good. And then, Jarry got the start in this one, and then both teams are very hurt. Zucker, Blackwood, and Nico Hischier are out for the Devils. Of course, we already went over the Penguins lines in this one, and again, the Penguins need these points. And as I mentioned, this is kind of draft karma because look at Ron Hextall being able to draft for the Flyers, getting a Joel Farabee, who's not the best player in the NHL, but he is exactly the type of player that the Penguins need right now because there's no depth on this team. They're not deep enough. Evan Rodrigues is not a second line center. It's kind of saddening and it's worrisome. So really, what this game was to me, when I saw the lines, the first thing I was like, all right, the Penguins are winning this game if Sidney Crosby has himself a night and carries his team. He didn't necessarily, and that's okay. He's only one person, and the Penguins lost this one 3-2. Jack Hughes got the first goal of the game. John Marino also came back in this game, and he was very flat-footed on this one. This was a very nice shot by Jack Hughes, I'll be completely honest. He's having himself a pretty good sophomore season and proving people wrong. It was a very nice snipe on Jarry. Not much he could do on that one, but Marino let him get walked around, and Rodrigues playing as a center defensively, it just didn't work out. As I mentioned, these rosters are sadly too similar at forward, but they're not similar on defense. I think the Penguins have the better defense on paper and on the ice, and that's where, that's a catalyst for them to potentially win this game, which they didn't. Mike Matheson, Cody Ceci, Chris Letang, those are offensive defensemen that you need to use in these situations when you don't have your Malkins or your Bluegers or your McCanns or your Zuckers. So, jump up on the play, Matheson. He did. Several times tonight, so did Letang as well. He shot the puck, Letang, and he got an assist on the one goal by Guentzel. And, that's in my opinion, the key to success is, relying on Sid and relying on your offensive defenseman. And it didn't work out tonight. I thought the Penguins had just not even a weak first period or weak second period or weak third period. I thought they just had a weak game. I thought they were very flat-footed out there. A lot of just attention to detail plays. The Devils are not better than the Penguins. They're not, but the Penguins beat themselves here tonight. Subban scores on the power play. It was a simple screenshot, and then right after that, Zajac of course scores as well. It was 2 goals in like 2 minutes. Zajac got the tip off of a Severson shot. Letang was in front of the net, just screening Jarry there. Not much Jarry could do pretty much on all these goals here tonight. He was screened on 2 of them, and then the one by Hughes was a really nice shot. That any goalie could have let in. Again, my PFR question is this the draft showing? And again, as I mentioned, with there's no depth at forwards. So again, this is a weak team versus a hurt team, and the Penguins lost this one tonight. They got a goal from Guentzel with a golden opportunity with a power play late in the second period. The Penguins were starting to hopefully get a change of the tides there, but only 2 goals in this one, both coming at the very late stages of the second and the third period. Brian Russ got on the board with 4 seconds to go in the game, and the Penguins lose this one at 3-2. Again, my PFR question is this the draft showing? My 3 stars of the night. God, I didn't even write them down. Let me think of them real quick here. I don't even know if I have one for the Penguins. I'll go Zajac because he shut down the Crosby line. Andy scored. I'll go Wedgwood. for the Devils, who is 2-0, I think, all time against the Penguins. And third, I'll go Jim Rutherford for not being able to draft depth players. Again, I'm trying to make these as normal as I can in the meantime, where I hopefully be able to get my shit back. And the Penguins, you know, they lose this one 3-2 against the Devils. Hopefully they can get back into their normal rhythm where they just had that 6-game winning streak. Lost 2 in a row now. And hopefully I'll be able to get back as well. Thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate the support I've gotten over here these past couple of days since I've, you know, got robbed. And again, if you don't know the context for that one, go watch Monday's PFR. Thank you all for watching. I'm sorry I can't really edit this video or do any fun things that I want to do as always, but I got a good support group as well. Thank you all. I'll see you guys in the next game against the Devils, and hopefully in some other videos that I want to produce that I had on my laptop before it got stolen. That includes a Marvel video I've been working on, also Falcon and the Winter Soldiers tonight. I'm excited for that. But yeah, thank you guys as always. I really do appreciate it.